Alright, we're down to exactly. We got 10 cards left in the Mindful series. And then we'll probably move to. Let me see. I think we might do vulnerability. But let me do it. Let me shuffle the cards again because that's basically cheating because I saw all the questions. Okay. So the question is, what's the best piece of advice you've ever gotten? I would say the best piece of advice I ever gotten was I would say it was from one of my high school mentors. His name was Mr. Hardy. He knew my situation growing up as a kid, and I was slipping a lot with my grades. Like, my grades were really slipping because I was trying to figure out life, and I was going through all that bullshit growing up. But Mr. Hardy, he would always come to me and he'd be like, "Hey Josh, you gotta get on this, man. You gotta get your grades up. I want to see you graduate. I want to see you make it across the stage." He was like, "Because I believe in you, and one day you're gonna make it out of here." He's like, "You're gonna be that kid that's gonna make it out the hood and do something great." And I know that's not necessarily advice, but I mean, I guess you could technically say it's advice because he was keeping up with me, telling me, hey, basically to keep moving forward and keep doing, right. Because, it's important to have somebody that wants to see you succeed and, that generally wants to see the best for you. It's very rare to find that now in society, to find a person or have somebody in your corner that's genuinely about you and wanting to help you, And I specifically believe a lot of that has to do with COVID, but a lot of us have become self-centered and selfish and, a lot more about self and self-preservation instead of coming together and actually helping each other. So I'd say that's probably my best piece of advice I've gotten with Mr. Hardy. And I'm thankful for him to this day because without him, I don't know where I'd be. I probably wouldn't have even graduated, to be honest with you. My mind was in other places and my heart was filled with hatred for my dad and everything that went on. And shit, for all I know, I'd probably be in jail right now or something. I don't know, honestly. But I'm glad that he was there, that Mr. Hardy was there, and he believed in me. And that paid off. So I hope one day in my journey, me and him cross paths again, and then we can have a conversation about, by him believing in me, I've gotten to where I've gotten so far in life. Because without him, I don't know where I'd be.
Subscribe.
Okay. So the next question is, what's something you're holding on to and why? This one's kind of tricky because it's like I'm. It's kind of like I'm holding on to a grudge, but not really, because I've kind of like gotten out of that mindset of just hatred. But I would say it's more towards directed towards my dad. It's like it's like a grudge, but it's not really a grudge. It's more like a I don't want to be around you ever, or I don't want to ever have to see you again. Like, I hope our paths don't ever cross again. And it's like, the reason I don't know what it is, it's just I hold on to it because of the fact that I know what he did. And the fact that I see how it has affected everybody in the family. And I know I've talked about it in a few videos about my dad and why I dislike him and shit like that, but more so, I would say I hold on to it because it's the effects it has on my siblings. Like, my brother Jasper, he's struggling. He's got a kid out here, and he's just lost. Doesn't really know what direction to go. My other brother Jeremiah, he's kind of just figuring it out, and I don't really know. I mean, he seems like he's happy, but honestly, I don't think he is. I think he's just trying to find a direction as well. My sister, I spoke about her. She was transitioning, but he basically is on par as far as where I'm at in my direction. Like, he's going to school now, so he's working on getting a college degree. So I'm not too worried about him. But the youngest sister, she's completely lost. Like, no direction whatsoever. She's basically been around with older men, and I'm talking about these dudes look like they're in their mid-40s, probably early 50s. And she's barely like freaking 19 or 20 or something. And I'm just heartbroken by it. And it builds that resentment for my dad because, he should be there. He should be the father figure that he needs to be, but it pisses me off because I know he can't be the father figure that they need. And I basically can't do it because I have my own life to live, and it's not fair to me that I would have to take the roles and the leadership responsibility when they're not my kids, they're my siblings. Yeah, I mean, I can teach them things, and they can see and learn from my examples, but at the end of the day, the father needs to be present. So I think that's mainly what I'm holding on to. I don't think it's necessarily I have hatred for my dad anymore. I think it's just the fact that the effects of, the domino effect of what he did trickled down and affected my siblings. So now they're all in a fucked up position. And they don't know what to fucking do. They're all lost, confused. And then they come and look towards me and see what the hell I'm doing. And I'm like, hey, your older brother's got a life too. He's figuring it out too. But I mean, he's a little bit further along than you guys are. But he he has to do what he has to do as well. So I think that answers that question. So again, I'm gonna be wearing the same outfit, doing 2 videos. Explained it already, but whatever. I don't even know what vlog this is. I think this is vlog 12, 13 maybe. I'm not sure. But y'all be easy, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.